Well, Marcus, if we could start with you, please. You had your 6th point finish of the year in Mexico. How confident are you of repeating that this weekend here at Interlagos?
Yeah, we are confident that we can be competitive here, and I scored points now 2 weekends in a row and aiming to continue that. And I think the car at the moment is competitive. We know it's very tight there in the midfield, but we've done a good job all year to improve all the time, and we continue to do that, and I'm sure we'll be in the fight this weekend as well. I feel really good, feel really confident, so I'm sure we're going to be there and fight for them points on Sunday.
Stoffel, coming on to you, we saw you back in the points in Mexico last time out. You finished 8th. Just talk us through that result.
Nothing changed. That weekend we just looked a little bit more competitive in general, and from my side that weekend went really well from the start. Qualifying wasn't maybe the best for us, but we were a little bit closer to the group in front, which usually means on race day we a little bit better than them, and it turned out to be that way. I think the tire degradation helped us quite a lot there to be a bit more competitive and to make a bit of a difference. So it was nice to finish 8th, to get some points on the board, and also quite important for us for the Constructor Championship.
Brendan, coming to you, can you just talk us through how you feel you've improved as a driver during 2018?
I definitely have improved, and there was a lot to learn being a rookie, somewhat an old rookie at 28 years old, but still a rookie in Formula One. And coming from LMP1, there was a lot of similarities, which I've touched on many times before, but then also a lot of new things to learn. Tyres is a big one that springs to mind. Maybe the environment in Formula One, the style of racing, and I guess some of the external pressures that are sometimes put on you as a driver. And I feel through the season I've become, I've maybe hardened my approach. I've got stronger, and I've learned from mistakes, figured out with the engineers what's going to get the most out of the weekend for me in terms of the car, the setup. I think I've brought a lot of experience to the team, and I think the last races I've definitely been, or the second half of the season I've definitely been stronger. And qualifying, me and Pierre have been quite aligned. Sometimes he's been just ahead, sometimes I've been just ahead. The races haven't always worked out, and I don't think the points on the board is a true reflection. I think sometimes people do forget it's also a team sport. It's not just an individual. It is very much a team sport, and I've been a team player, and I think now the focus is really on making sure we're ahead of Sauber before the end of the season. That's the main focus for Toro Rosso right now, and I think we've got an exciting couple of races ahead.
Thank you, Brendan. Good luck this weekend. Lance, it's been a difficult season. What do you feel you've learnt during 2018?
It has been very challenging. The car just hasn't been there, so we've just been surviving every weekend rather than actually competing. Been getting knocked out of Q1 a lot. Most of the races I've had good starts, and I've been in a point scoring position. We've fell back down the order. So it's kind of always been the case, as we've just been on the back foot throughout the whole year, and we haven't really developed the car at all since Australia. I don't think we've really improved the car at all. So. It's been tough to see some of our competitors early on in the season, like Sauber, for example, who have been who were neck and neck with us at the beginning, make big steps in the right direction compared to us. It's been a survival year. That's all I can say. But I've still developed as a driver. I've matured as a driver. A second year in Formula One, more seat time, more experience. I've absorbed a lot of information, even though it's been a very challenging year compared to last year. But that's the nature of the sport. As a driver, you have to accept that some years are more challenging than others, and that's part of the game.
Kevin, thanks for waiting. Coming on to you. Well, we're talking about 2018, so how do you reflect on the season that's just been? And it's been a good year for you. You can clinch your qualifying head-to-head against Romain Grosjean this weekend in Brazil.
Yeah, it has been a pretty good year, I think, and we've shown that we are making progress with the team year by year, and I think we can, our aim should be to keep that up in the next seasons. I think this year we probably it looks like we're going to finish 5th in the constructors unless we get a lot of some very good weekends the next 2 weekends. But that leaves us at least one realistic target for next year to take another step forward. So I think this year we've had a very fast car. We haven't always scored the points that perhaps we should have for different reasons. But I think it's the good thing in that, or the positive thing, is that we can go into next season and know that we can do better because the performance is there.
Well, Mexico really hurt the team's chances of getting P4 in the championship, didn't it? Both cars knocked out in Q1 for the first time this year. Do you understand what the problems were in Mexico?
Not quite, but I think we understand that it's probably to do with tires, as we hadn't changed the car. So the only thing that really can be such a big factor is the tires.